8 famous philosophy quotes most people get wrong. 1.
God is dead.
Nietzsche. This quotation should be seen in context. The next line says,
God remains dead, and we have killed him.
this isn't really about God at all. It's about humanity, what we've done, and what those actions mean. Nietzsche used God as a metaphor for purpose. The Enlightenment introduced rationality to the masses. As a result, it's more difficult for us to make sense of our lives. It certainly wasn't a rallying cry for atheists. 2.
Hell is other people.
Sartre. This quote is almost always used incorrectly. In fact, it does not mean that other people are the worst. The line comes from Jean Paul Sartre's play called No Exit. In the play, 3 people are trapped in hell, which is a single room. They confess their sins to one another. The characters end up falling into a bizarre love triangle. Sartre himself offered a clarification about his phrase.
I mean that if relations with someone else are twisted, vitiated, then that other person can only be hell.
3.
Cogito ergo sum.
Or
I think, therefore I am.
Descartes. This phrase doesn't mean, if you believe it, you can do it. It was René Descartes' attempt to resolve radical skepticism. Radical skeptics said,
How can we be sure of anything?
Descartes replied that thinking requires a thinker. The fact that a thought is thought proves the existence of that thinker. 4.
Religion is the opium of the masses.
Marx. This quote is usually understood as criticism of religion. Marx compares it to a drug. It makes people feel good, but simultaneously destroys them. In fact, opium was the only painkiller in Marx's days. So he was basically saying, religion is like aspirin. He did criticize it, but he sympathized with believers. 5.
Whereof one cannot speak, thereof one must be silent.
Wittgenstein. This is probably Ludwig Wittgenstein's most famous line. People often quote it to mean, if you don't know what you're talking about, then shut up. But the German philosopher was literally talking about language. In his view, we were incapable of knowing things we had no words for. We can speak of them, and therefore can't claim knowledge about them. 6.
No rest for the wicked.
Bible. This is commonly used to mean that work never ends. However, the original quote from Isaiah 57:21 means something different. The true line reads,
There is no peace, saith my God, to the wicked.
it's not about sleep, but eternal torment for any sinner. Their only chance of peace is through God's salvation. 7.
Beauty is truth. Truth, beauty.
Keats. These lines come from John Keats's ode on a Grecian urn, but they are not meant to be taken seriously. Within the poem they are said by the Grecian urn. Keats criticizes the urn for its idealistic view of society. 8.
Money is the root of all evil.
Bible. This line is almost always misquoted. The actual quote, taken from 1 Timothy 6:10, reads,
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
That's a fundamental difference. The misquoted line speaks of money as an absolute evil. The original acknowledges that money can be a good thing. It just has to be used wisely and morally.